Good morning. It's a very, very cold morning. It's 9 degrees Celsius, and I'm just going to do a quick update of the little backyard avocado grove. The changes that's been happening in the past few weeks. Just want to get it on record. In front of me here, I've got the 5-year-old Pinkerton tree. It's got 8 fruits on them, looking good, growing well, starting to ripen on the tree. Just want to quickly go in and look at how the flowers are developing on this tree. Flowers should also start opening within the next couple of weeks. The top ones are really swollen, almost ready to burst. So this is the Pinkerton, that's its state at the moment. To the left of the Pinkerton here, I've got the seedling that I planted. It's exploded, it's grown really fast. That's the thickness of the trunk. I did a previous graft over there that didn't take when it was young, and it healed over. The black is just the bitumen sealer. I did a little graft over there with a reed scion, a small little piece. I don't even think it's going to work. It's just a piece that I off-cut with one bud on that I grafted on there. It's not even the right time of the year. It's winter now, but I had it and I thought I'd just graft it on there. So that's that. Then I'm just looking at this beautiful fuerte. Let's look at how far those low side branches are spreading. Here's another low branch. Fuerte is looking really good. This is that strange thing. I've got 4 little fruitlets left on this tree. There's 1 and there's 2, and this is the biggest fruitlet I've had on this tree up until now. All the years it's flowered and made fruits, it's just dropped them all. It's going for 5 years now, this tree. So let's hope those stick. Those fruits set about a month ago, and then no more flowers. But it was just the early bunch of flowers, and now the real bunch, the bulk of the flowers are starting to come through. You can actually see there's a whole cauliflower cluster of flowers coming through. So I'm holding thumbs for the bulk of the flowers that there'll be some fruit set this year. Just gonna get that's the view from the back side. There's that lower branch growing to the right there, and he's looking really good. Excited. This is a wild seedling. He's also growing extremely strong now. What's interesting about this tree, it grows so much different to any other avocado tree that I've ever seen. It's got these straight up aggressive growing branches. They're extremely stiff. It's new green wood, but usually that green wood is quite flexible, supple, soft. This is so stiff and hard. I mean, just look at that bounce back, how it flops back. But just look at that stunning growth. Really beautiful tree. The seedling is 2 years old, and look how thick it is just at 2 years old. So this thing's wild. It's probably like some Guatemalan. I think it's got a lot of Guatemalan in it. Mostly Guatemalan. They're all hybrids these days, obviously, but. And then over here I've got a whole bunch of seedlings that I'm going to graft in September. healthy seedlings. This is actually, there's a few gem seedlings, gems that I bought, seeds that I planted, that I'm actually going to just plant out in the ground. I've got space to plant them and let them grow and see if something comes from it in the next bunch of years. Then here's a little cool project. This is also a seedling. Same story over here. I did a graft that didn't make it, a patch graft. Over there it's healed over quite nicely, and I did in March I did a graft of a Pinkerton on this one branch over here, and it's taken. Look how nicely it's growing on the top. Just show the graft from the other side. So basically all I did in the existing branch is I put a slit in about 1/3 down, and I took my scion and I cut a wedge in it and I stuck it in there, and I wrapped it with a parafilm grafting tape, and there it's taken off. So I'm excited about that. As you can see, there's new growth on the tips of the other branches, and that new growth I'll just take off so that all the energy focuses and goes to the graft. The other branches that I've kept on the tree, I'm keeping there so that I can graft them in September, so in springtime, so that I have there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 branches there that I can graft, that I can have multiple branches coming down. I'll also do Pinkerton on that, or maybe Lambhass. If I can find more reed scions, I'll do reed as well. I'm going for more dwarf style, lower growing trees. Then off to the Hass on the left here. I did an update on the Hass here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it's evolved a lot since. There's the cauliflower, first cauliflower flowers coming out now. So the Hass is starting to flower. I'm very happy about it, but I'm also a little bit concerned as it's entering winter now, and it's usually, this guy starts flowering August, September, more towards springtime, late winter, springtime. But now we're only entering the really cold weather now. So I don't know if I'm going to have much fruit set on this tree this year. I've never had fruits. I've had fruit set, but they've all dropped in the past. All weaned them all. The highest point there is just over 3 meters high from where it's in the ground. The trunk's in the ground till the top is about 3 meters. There's those flowers on the top. Further up on the tree, you can see there's the cauliflower stage. So the Hass is starting to flower, and I'm just, like I said, a bit worried. I'm not sure. I'm not worried. What happens, it is what it is, but it's starting to flower really early. But the tree is looking exceptionally healthy. I'm so stoked about this tree looking so healthy, and yeah, just hope that some fruit set on it. And to the left here, I've got that seedling. This is just an update again on the graft. It's really taking off now, taking off really fast and strong now. So this was just a side patch graft, sorry, not a patch graft, a side graft, but with a scion, Pinkerton scion as well. I did one on the right limb there, and then it's just water shoots that came up. This was the main trunk, the main tree. Chopped that off. Now I'm getting more growth off this main trunk. I'll leave this one to grow. September I'd like to graft that, and then this sucker on the left here, I did a graft that died, but it sealed off there, and now I see there's a bud pushing through the parafilm. It's looking a little bit brown in there, but it's just the callus tissue growing over the scion. So I think that one's going to take, it's going to grow. Then I'm going to have one Pinkerton branch, two Pinkerton branch, and then I'll graft this one later, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple I'll graft, obviously maximize my chances, and then have 3 Pinkerton branches coming from quite low down, and then that can develop into a tree like this Pinkerton over here that I grafted 4 years ago. I did the same story, but this was just the single graft. Graft unions completely disappeared. It was over there, or is over there. But now this Pinkerton, you can see this Pinkerton I grafted, like I said previously, from, that's the mother tree. So I took a scion off of that tree, grafted it onto the seedling that I planted, and now it's developed or grown into this tree here. What's interesting, this one's already started flowering about a month ago. Just look at those empty little stalks. There's the last flower there. So just snap that off. Don't have to, but I snap them off. Look here, they're all empty, and there was a lot of little fruits on it now, but now we've got this sudden cold weather. Like I said, it's 9 degrees Celsius. My fingers are freezing holding the camera here, but look at that beautiful bunch of cauliflower Pinkerton flowers. Really a lot of flowers pushing on this tree. The only problem is it's flowering here on the back side. There's some flowers. There's little fruits there. When they go brown, there's little fruits in there, but it just drops all of them. There's a lot of flowers coming out. There's a lot of flowers. So this little 4-year-old Pinkerton tree is pushing a lot of flowers, but no fruit set as yet. And I think it's just this absolute cold. This doesn't like to hold onto fruits in the cold. I think it just sort of goes into shock survival mode. Let's see, yeah, and it just drops them all. So yeah, there's that little Pinkerton, and I'm hoping that this one will grow the same as that one and then fill in this area. The Hass is a big grower, so I'm allowing a lot of space for it towards this Pinkerton. It's putting out nicely in that area, in that space, and I'd like it to fill in this whole section to the right here. The branches are starting to push over, so I'm really going to leave this Hass to his own devices and let it grow as big as it possibly can in this area over here. To the right, I've got the screen getting ready for the winter catabatic bergwins, just protecting this young lamb Hass that I've got in the ground here. Now this lamb I'm very excited about. It's looking really healthy. Just gonna go over to this side, have a look at the leaves. It's looking nice. This is all little new branches, and I planted this guy here in late February, I think it was. Yeah, it says December. I got them December, but I only eventually planted this one in the ground here in Feb. So he's just been in the ground for a couple of months, and there's a lot of new little branches coming from the bottom. And I'm excited about this tree because it's pushing all these little new branches at the bottom, and I know it's going to be a low growing. They grow quite tall and upright. The trees that I've seen from other people growing lamb. So I'm excited about the lamb. I've had the lamb fruit many times. It's a really, really delicious fruit. Nice big fruit with a lot of flesh. And so yeah, I'm excited about the lamb. I've got another one in the back there. I won't go there now because my hand's freezing. And then here's the other wild seedling. I'm saying wild seedling because it's growing wild, but it's a seedling. And I will graft it eventually one day, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Just let it grow. Here's that gem seedling that I planted. You can see it's also, they're the same age like I've said in the past, these two. This one is just a lot slower and lower growing, low branches, and I'm going to leave this one to flower. You can see it's all those dormant buds. It's winter. Some trees are growing or flushing, like these aggressive growing ones. You can see it's pushing that's new growth that's come out. But yeah, I'll decide what to do with these in the future, if I'll graft and if I'll leave them to just hopefully flower one day. Anyway, so that was just a update on what the little backyard avocado grove is looking like at the moment. It is today the 27th of May 2023. While we're here, here's the little air layer of the Louis variety that I've got going here. It's looking really healthy, and I'm letting him grow. Not gonna graft anything on it this year, maybe next year, I'll see. I actually just want, it's a wild growing variety also. I just actually want a big tree in this area, so I might just allow it to fill in that area. And to the left here we've got the little Christmas tree, which is also just the seed that I planted. It's quite interesting how these trees grow differently from each other. I mean, this just really looks like a Christmas tree. It's not the most beautiful avocado tree, but yeah, I will graft him in come September. The soil's extremely wet. We've had a lot, and it's really cold, so I'm not giving any water. I'm worried about root rot on the trees because it's so cold. The soil's so cold and it's so wet. And I have this, like, it's nice black fertile soil, but there's a lot of clay, so there's a lot of moisture retention there. So yeah, I'll just try and keep it as dry as I can. There's the other little lamb doing well. Planted that one in December. And then just the last thing I want to show you is this seedling over here, and just how beautiful this new growth is that's coming out on it. It's pink leaves, and it's just such a beautiful, dense growing tree. And it's just, I just wouldn't be able to cut it down to graft it, because it's just the new growth is this furry pink leaves, and it's just absolutely stunning. Anyway, thank you for watching if you've come this far, and it's a beautiful sunrise this morning. Really cold. The sun will start to defrost my hands.